Hi everyone, welcome to Iroko Critic.
Critics with receipts.
Today we'll be reviewing Nigerian Prince on Netflix. And we'll be using the same style we did with Sugar Rush, as some of you heroes seem to like it. Mr. Critic will play Mr. Negative, and I, Mrs. Positive. But first, the story.
After being sent to Nigeria against his will, Eze, a stubborn Nigerian-American teenager, joins forces with Pius, an internet and all-round scammer, to return to the United States. Oh my goodness, this was bad.
You're harsh.
Name one good thing about it.
Oh, the production quality was good. The cinematography was great. Really good. Really okay.
That's what I thought. It didn't have the smarts of a living in bondage.
Okay, the writing.
Please, what about the writing?
It was written with a proper screenplay structure. A protagonist had a clear and defined goal and faced obstacles to reach the goal. It was like a proper adventure movie. We've not had many movies following that schema in recent times.
That's just not true. What about Sugar Rush?
What? Didn't you compare that movie to the death zone in Mount Everest?
Yeah, I didn't say it was good. I'm just pointing out we've done the protagonist needing to find a thing, a MacGuffin, a clearly defined goal.
Yes, but wasn't the plot of this more coherent than Sugar Rush?
Okay, fine, but please can we stop talking about Sugar Rush? One traumatic experience at a time.
Fine by me.
Now tell me your scam.
So, did you hear that dialogue? What kind of scammers refer to their scams as scams?
So what's this scam? Another scam to help your scam look more convincing.
Okay, but before going into the dialogue, admit that the story was decent. It had a simple plot. Pius had a deadline to make 4 million and we saw him work at it.
Okay, 4 million in 5 days.
The black money scheme was well researched. Pius's character was well written and consistent all through, meaning his actions seemed in line with how he was characterized. And Eze had a character arc.
It's not true.
Sure, Pius was consistent, but what an annoying one-note character to follow for such a huge part of the movie. If you want to make us follow this awfully morally bankrupt character, at least make him charismatic or interesting. Certainly don't give him one of those generic African accents and call him Nigeria.
I think you know what I do. When I was in school, I needed money. I want to be the man who pushes the wheelbarrow. Pushing wheelbarrows. Lagos is my home.
Remove Lagos from your mouth.
You're not even fit enough to be a JJC. Look, don't get me on Eze. It was completely unnecessary to the film. Take him out and the movie really doesn't change that much.
Come on, at least give it to the performances. Most of them are really good. Outside of his un-Nigerian accent, the Pius actor was actually good.
You look beautiful.
And then the chief of police, played by our fave Bimbo Manuel, was well performed.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Even the Oyibo guy did well, and that is almost never the case in Nollywood.
Sure, I'm not following you.
Most of these characters were so one-note and uninteresting. Lazy scammer.
The people I scam are just as bad as me.
Strict auntie.
What's your problem? I am not your mother.
Corrupt police.
I want 4 million.
And I want to go home child.
I want to come home. And all I want to return is a plane ticket home.
It wasn't that bad, nah. It seemed well researched. Some of the scenes were representative of Nigeria. It was interesting to see Nepa take light and watching her teach him how to use the lantern. There was some heart in it.
No, this film is zombified Nigeria.
Eh?
This movie is meant to be about Nigeria, but it has no Nigerian soul.
How did the zombification enter?
Okay, you know in those zombie movies where your friend is minding their business and then gets bitten by a zombie and then becomes a zombie?
Uh-huh.
The zombie kind of looks like your friend from far, but on closer inspection, it's just an empty shell and it also really smells. Okay, forget my awesome analogy. Drop a like for that analogy, please. Can you really tell me you love this movie? I mean, it didn't touch any nerve?
It tried. The production, filmmaking was, and most of the performances, I know the characters weren't, I mean, maybe if you had more, okay, I give up. I can't do this anymore. I did not like this movie.
There we go.
This movie pissed me off, actually.
Yeah.
It's offensive and cynical.
Okay. Alright, calm down. I'm meant to be the bad guy.
Don't even go there.
I'm the captain now.
Where was this director going with this film? I heard that stupid accent in the scene that was floating around on Twitter and I was thinking, calm down, Mrs. C. Give it a chance. Maybe it'll be like Beast of No Nation, but no. This director clearly doesn't really understand Nigeria, and he's pretending that he does through the eyes of this irritating Pius. What's the story here?
When did you find, when you were constructing the story about a Nigerian scam artist, that you were going to sort of start uncovering the different layers of politics as well as how crime is dealt with and corruption is dealt with in Nigeria?
That was, my intention from the beginning.
Oh, newsflash. There's corruption and fraud in Nigeria.
What?
Thank you, sir, for shedding light on Nigerian scammers and corruption. The world might still be in the dark on this subject without you. I have no idea why Pius was played by an American.
I'm glad to hear that.
When Nigeria has competent actors to choose from, if it was someone who was famous, I would understand you want the movie to sell. Also, why are all the Nigerians in this movie bad? The only half-decent Nigerian in this film threatens a kid with boiling water.
The next time it will be boiling water.
All foreigners in this movie, and I'm including Eze in this, are either kind or neutral people who Nigerians will later corrupt or take advantage of. Your zombixation analogy was weird, but this movie doesn't represent Nigeria in any way that Americans who think we're a shithole country don't already know. Where's our Nigerian humor that shows up in the face of adversity? Where is the spiritual Christian who is overconfident in their power of persuasion preaching to our protagonist? Where is our sense of family? Fine, you don't want to put any of that in there. But can you find something else about us that isn't fraud, corruption, or child abuse? Where is our positivity?
But there's a whole lot of positivity in it.
Where is the positive stuff, Mr. Faraday? Did your editor cut it out? Is it in the wheelbarrow? The one time Eze tried to integrate with the non-scamming part of our Nigeria, we just skipped right past it like...
We don't do that here.
Beast of No Nation is a movie that deals with child soldiers, but with honesty and not surface level research. The humanity the American director gives to each of the characters, including the vile but charismatic commandant, was a lesson on how to deal with a country or area you're not familiar with.
Victory! Victory!
But Nigerian Prince? Frankly, this movie.
Wow, this isn't you. You're the good guy. I know he messed up with this film, but you have the gift of seeing the hard work behind people's endeavors, no matter how much they annoy us. Come on, do your thing.
Okay. This film was clearly done by someone who understands filmmaking. I mean, he had guidance from Spike Lee, and he won a $1 million grant for this movie, which is impressive, so well done. He also overcame various challenges to complete this film in a year, switching locations due to floods and flaky landlords. He collaborated with Nigerians in Nigeria, pairing most of his production team with local Nigerians in pursuit of authenticity. I applaud him for that. Honestly, the technical parts of this film were well done. He has a good grasp of it. I would like to see him tell a story he is more equipped to tell.
Wow. So that was our review and a bonus rant there. Overall, this movie is very much competently made. We can see some people enjoying the adventure part of this movie, but we don't really think the movie has anything interesting or new to say. And like it did, it might offend some Nigerians. Have you seen Nigerian Prince? What did you think? Let us know. And thanks for watching Iroko Critic.
Critics with receipts.
And we'll see you next Sunday.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
No barrels, no barrels, no barrels.